Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Nort. I am super excited to get into today's episode because what we are going to do is find out exactly who is behind the bodies which the Infinite 8 killer left behind. And there is actually a way to find out who is behind those bodies. In the past, I may have mentioned this a few times that there is actually a way to take a look behind the bandages at who is one of the Infinite 8 bodies and who they are essentially. But I haven't actually done a video going into depth looking at all of these people, finding out who they are. And the reason why I decided to make this video is because the other day I actually saw a comment from someone who did this who said that Niko Bellic was actually one of the Infinite 8 people who were wrapped up in bandages and put down at the bottom of the ocean essentially. And that's where Niko Bellic's body was. And around the time when I was doing all of the videos about Niko Bellic, loads and loads of you guys were telling me that Niko Bellic was probably taken out as one of the Infinite 8 bodies. And if you find the right body and take a look behind the bandages, which Rockstar Games have given us a way to do so, we can actually find this out for ourselves. So I couldn't really resist but doing this opportunity to find out exactly who is really behind the bandages and whether Niko Bellic is at the bottom of the ocean right now, and that's exactly where he's being kept. Because for those of you who are new to this channel, you may not realize, but a few months ago we literally uncovered one of the biggest Easter eggs ever in GTA 5, and that was about Niko Bellic, who previously ran the Yellow Jack Inn, which is right here. And inside the Yellow Jack Inn are all of these clues that someone was taken out inside this bar. For example, you can see there's a handprint down there. There's another one over here as well. There's also another handprint here as well. I think there was one over here. Loads and loads of clues which suggest that something pretty bad happened inside here. And we basically broke down all of these clues, went into the entire mystery in depth, and figured out that Niko Bellic was the previous owner of this bar, and someone stormed in, most likely to be Trevor or someone who just had a feud with him, took out Niko Bellic and dragged him off somewhere and put his body somewhere. Now, something we didn't actually figure out is exactly where his body was. We did discover quite a few things, but we didn't find out exactly where it was. It's hidden around the map somewhere. But something we do know is that his body is in the game files. I could technically spawn it in if I wanted to. So Niko Bellic is somewhere. Now, this is when the theory came in that he might actually be wrapped up in the bandages underneath the ocean as one of the Infinite 8 bodies, which does sound like a pretty suggestible and interesting theory or kind of explanation about where he could be, because it's very possible. And I haven't actually checked this myself, so I thought, okay, let's do this and let's find out if Niko Bellic is actually at the bottom of the ocean. So let's go over to the rocks again. I want to show you guys the riddle quickly. I think there's a very good chance that he might actually be at the bottom of the ocean. So this is where the Infinite 8 mystery starts. For those of you who are unfamiliar, it was one of the first ever Easter eggs and mysteries in GTA, and it was discovered right here. This is where it started. And there's a riddle on this rock in this location which says 1 is done, 2 was fun, 3 tried to run, 4 called mum, 5's not alive, 6 is Nix, 7's in heaven, and 8 won't wait. This is where the person who orchestrated the whole Infinite 8 thing once lived, which was burnt down by the community. And if you take a look on here, there's all of these chalk markings written down suggesting clues about where the bodies were kept. So we knew it was somewhere up there because that's basically a drawing of the map, which is up there as well. And you can also see how many bodies there were by tally marks. There's also the infinite symbol written everywhere. And inside here, you can also see some parts from the people who we did end up taking out and storing at the bottom of the ocean. And it says right here, 8 is just infinity stood up as well. And you can see all of these tally marks. I believe there's 10 there, even though there's only 8 bodies in the ocean. So I'm not too sure why there's 10 tally marks. Maybe we're still missing a part of this mystery. But this is where the whole Infinite 8 thing kind of kicked off. And this is where the mystery kind of started. And of course, on there it says there will be 8. And if we take a look around the back, there's also another clue which says, what is this? Go away, Merle Abrahams. You're a wrong one, or a wrong un, essentially. So it's a really interesting mystery, and now I'm just going to go over to the bodies and get straight into this, because I'm looking forward to finding out who is behind the bodies, because I haven't actually done this in depth myself, and I don't actually know who is there, and Niko Bellic could actually be there. Like, there's a very good chance he could actually be there. In the entire Niko Bellic mystery or Easter egg and stuff, we discovered that yes, there's 100% a body for Niko Bellic somewhere in GTA 5. We also figured out that Trevor could have been the person who took out Niko Bellic. And something else which many people in the community believe is Trevor also did the Infinite 8 stuff as well. He was the person who orchestrated that. So it would actually make sense based on what the community believe as well. And I guess there's only one way to find out. But something else I just want to show you quickly is this. And this is actually Niko Bellic's house, or what was Niko Bellic's house. And we came to the conclusion, just because we couldn't physically find his body anywhere, we came to the conclusion that he was buried in the back garden of this house. Because if you take a look around here, you can see there's kind of like this trench or something, which something was put under there. Like, I'm not too sure what it was, but something was put under there, because there's a spade in the ground, there's also a wheelbarrow, there's all these tools and everything, as if they were trying to bury something down here. And it genuinely looks like they could have put Niko Bellic's body behind here, because something we know for sure is that this was definitely Niko Bellic's house. And if he was randomly taken out inside his bar, and if the person didn't do anything with his body, it would make sense that his friends or something, or people he knew, would take him back to his house and bury him in the garden for no one else to find or see. So the reason why we know this is definitely his house as well is because in the porch there's this dartboard which resembles the dartboard from the Yellow Jack Inn, which he previously owned. And if you take a look around here as well, you can see this poster saying wanted Niko Bellic, and you can see card games as if they were just here with their friends and stuff. So it's definitely Niko Bellic's house 100%. So that's basically everything I wanted to show you guys, just leading up the entire Infinite 8 bodies, because there's so much information behind this Easter egg, so many things going on. And now I think it's about time we find out who is behind the Infinite 8 bodies in GTA 5. So let's do this. Oh my days. All right, teleport. Here we go. Before we do this, I just want to ask you to comment in the comment section below who you think are behind the Infinite 8 bodies. Like, who you think it is. Because I think there's an extremely good chance it's Niko Bellic. Like, an extremely good chance. I'm actually putting all of my eggs in this. I think Niko Bellic is one of the Infinite 8 bodies. It would make sense. And we just have to find this out for ourselves. So let's go over to, I believe one of the bodies is located around here somewhere. This is the only location I know, but I also need to make sure that I can find every single one of the bodies, just so I can select and find a name for every single one of them, so I can make sure I've screened every single one of the Infinite 8 bodies. So I'm gonna go and find the one over here quickly. It would really help if I just took away all the water. I got it! I've got it! Okay, this one. Look how difficult it is to find this one. Oh my gosh. That is so damn difficult. Can I select? I don't think I can. That's so difficult to... Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so that's number 2. Let me just write down these names just to make sure I know every single one of these, just to make sure. Here's another one. Same name as before, so that's the same one as before. Oh, there's the next one, just located right here. Which number is this? Which number is this? Okay, 01. I believe it's just 01 and 02. So unless the next one is different, it's all 01 and 02. And this is the last one. Once again, 02. So that was pretty easy. I literally just teleported here and I found it straight away. But you can actually see there's something underneath the bandages. This is a great example because you can see there's a marking underneath there. So there's definitely someone underneath the bandages. And what we're going to do now is find out exactly who they are. So there's only 2 of these, unfortunately. There's not like any more than that. So there's only 2 variations. So it's time to find out if Niko Bellic is one of these variations and to find out if he is actually behind the bandages. And oh my gosh. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go right into depth on this, guys. Right into depth. That's so weird. Why is there a dog here? There's no one with the dog. Okay, dude. I'll leave you do your thing. What are you even doing? All right, I think the dog's walking away anyway. Okay, that's fine. I'll let the dog do its thing. All right, so what we're going to do is actually go onto this. And I believe they're props. So we're going to go onto props, water, and there's only 2 of them. Now, just straight away from inspection, you can see, like I said, there's definitely something behind them. This one is a little bit more difficult to tell. You can see the head, I guess, which, to be honest, does actually look like Niko Bellic's head. I'm not even joking. That does actually look like his head. Guys, what? All right, and this one, you can't see. Are they bald? I think they might be bald or something, this one. This one does look a little bit like Niko Bellic, I guess. You can see there. It's got the hairline. But this one, I guess it's because this just, it looks more recent, I guess, this one. This one looks really old, but we'll find out soon. So to find out who is behind all of the bandages and who these people were, we actually have to do one simple trick. And this is to go into my object spooner, and I need to type in glass, which I type here. And if we actually hover the glass over the bodies, you can see that the body will actually start to uncover, which is pretty awesome. So straight off the bat, I can see that there's definitely an 8 symbol just kind of engraved on the bodies. You can see it's just like properly tagged onto the bodies. That's definitely marking that this is one of the Infinite 8 bodies. And I believe this one is a female. It looks way more like a female. So I'm going to go on to the next one now. Once again, you can see there's the Infinite 8 tag on there as well. And I think the best thing to do is just to look at their heads. So let me just lower these bodies so we can look at their heads. If I actually place down the glass and start building, you can't actually see through it anymore. So you have to sort of like hold the glass like this if you want to see behind the bandages. So I need to lower these bodies to find out who their faces are. Once we see their faces, we're then able to identify these people and see if they are actually Niko Bellic. So let's get glass. And let's spawn this in. Oh my days! You can actually see their faces. To be honest, guys, I don't think there's any male. I think it's just females. They both look like females. That's really surprising. I thought we would see at least some males, like maybe a female and a male. There's 2 variations. That would make sense. There's no male bodies. Which means Niko Bellic can't be any of the Infinite 8s people. Even if we were to, like, say, hypothetically, one of them were because there's a male there. He can't be because there's no males there. There's just females. So it's impossible. Niko Bellic is not one of the Infinite 8 bodies. That's so weird. I had no idea about that. And guys, I've learned something new here. Like, even though we were trying to find Niko Bellic, I still learned something new because I didn't know the Infinite 8 bodies, like 4 years in, were all females. I thought some of them would at least be males because it would only make sense to have kind of like a 50-50 split or something, considering there's 2 variations of these. So Niko Bellic, 110% impossible. He can't be one of the Infinite 8 bodies at the bottom of the ocean, but this needed to be done because so many of you guys were asking me to do this, and I was looking at this question the other day, like just on a random video a few days ago. I saw it in the comments and loads of you were asking me. I even got loads of thumbs up as well saying Niko Bellic is one of the Infinite 8 bodies. I've seen it myself. So whoever said that, it looks like he was either joking or he maybe just thought he saw Niko Bellic, but just looking at this, none of these have any potential to be Niko Bellic whatsoever. So I guess that settles that. But if you have any information about this, if you would like to share your thoughts about this, make sure to comment them in the comments section below. And if you did enjoy this episode, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Let's try and smash that goal of 5,000 likes, guys. It's been a while since I've said that, but I know we can do it, guys. And I recommend you press that subscribe button just below this video so you don't miss out on awesome stuff like this on a daily basis. But guys, my name is Nort. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.